Hey guys, here's Louie, and I gave you a longer stretch on that. Hello, hey guys, here's Louie, because you guys haven't seen me in a little bit. Well, this video is an interesting video because, and the reason I say that is because there's a whole bunch of people that have asked me through YouTube. I'm on, of course, you guys know I'm on YouTube. The channel is First Generation Garage. If you want to learn how to restore your car, this one being a first gen F body on Firebird, and I have done many first gen Firebird here on the channel, but this pertains to any classic car that you guys are gonna put together. And I also belong to a couple of Facebook page Firebird, first gen Firebird pages on Facebook. Okay, I put a lot of information out there. I have a lot of people following me, and a whole bunch of people messaging me, hey Louie, what's that secret paint you use and the mixture? Believe it or not, I have helped a whole bunch of people, I mean all around the world, which I think is cool. And I already have let the cat out the hat, the secret, because I mean, it's taken me a while to make this video because I am building Ladybird here, but I am getting extremely close for closing this chapter on my behalf of building this car. Pretty much I'm really close to the agreement of between me and the owner of what I'm going to be doing for Ladybird until it comes to the day that he's ready to pick up the car and take it back home. I feel that I have done an excellent job in this car. I mean, this car was in a lot of trouble. You guys should see the video of what I made the assessment on this car, the very first video of what did Louis get into now. Also, I have done way more than I even said I was going to do to the car, because I guess since I have the car here and I kind of squeezed her into my busy life, and the owner gave me the green light, and I guess he's really excited too that I have just kept on going with the car. But she's have come a long way. Okay, all the mechanicals are done, all the electrical is done to the car. It's got a plug and play. Will be a video very soon as we speak. The dash, inside the dash, the wiring harness is there, but you guys are gonna have to hold on. Also, for those that haven't subscribed, you need to subscribe to see that going. But yeah, so I'm really close to the end. Okay, but this video, guys, I think it should help a lot of you guys and girls out there and ladies that are willing to get your hands dirty and put an old car together. Doesn't matter what car you're doing. I did this same process to a GTO, 1967 GTO. I did this same process to a 1970 Cadillac Coupe de Ville, power everything. It was convertible car also. It was a power everything car. And I used the same paint system, okay? And the reason I think it's kind of special is because, now let's kid ourselves, we are living in a time that things are just not cheap anymore. It's really hard to find things, and any little thing is going to make a little dent in their pocket because things are so expensive. So whenever you could find something that is cheaper and it works, I think it's a good day in my book, especially when you keep on restoring cars like me. I mean, I don't know if I have a disease or the addiction, but I have definitely something that keeps on triggering me to keep restoring these old birds. And guys, so far as of now, I won't stop. I need to finish some cars that I have in my personal collection, and then if you want me to do your car, you could hit me up. But I hope you understand, people that are out there that are waiting for me or think that I could go and build their cars. I need a little, first of all, I need a little break. I need some family time. And I also need to finish cars in my collection, because the only reason that I keep buying cars is because I will buy them, finish them. That being my 67, my 69 Firebird, and my white car I still need to finish. I still need to finish the Mrs. car, and I would love to build my Trans Am clone car. But like I said, this should help you guys restore your car, okay? Now you need to hang tight to the end of the video, and I'll show you pictures how this original hood used to look. Okay, this is an original 1968, 1969 Firebird hood. Okay, and I'm gonna give out some secrets. All right, how to identify an original first gen Firebird hood and not a reproduction. Okay, right away here there's a number stamping. Okay, I hope you can see that. There is a number stamping here, and only the original did that, so that's an easy giveaway. Okay, and also 68 and 69, that's how the hood latch brace looks like. Okay, if you could tell, it has kind of like a slant and a bump going up, and it's going down like this. 67 is different. 67, she's pretty much level. Okay, and this hole here is bigger. It's a little bigger and looks totally different. Okay, but if you see that little slant, that's 67, I mean sorry, 68 and 69 Firebird, that is. But hold on tight to the end of the video, and you're going to see, I mean, right now she looks excellent in my opinion. Original hood, I didn't have to do no welding on this hood. It had two little pinholes, okay, around this section here. I mean, very little pinholes. And for you guys out there that have experience on metal, if you start welding on those pinholes, they're just gonna get bigger and bigger and create a mess. So what I did was I cleaned it real good, and I put some fiberglass, that short hair strand fiberglass, over them after I rust treated them. And there you go. Now she has some red oxidized primer all around the hood. All right. The process on this hood was a lot of cleaning, a lot of sanding. I mean, if you guys are interested in how I clean an old panel, or an original old scaly rusty panel before paint, let me know and I'll make a video. Someday I'll make a video. But that's how it looked. It looked terrible. You'll see the picture towards the end of this video, and look at that now. This one being a reproduction fender. Okay, I just had to scuff. I scuffed the whole complete fender, and that's about it. Remember, this was a Camaro fender that I turned into a first gen Firebird fender for 67 and 68. This application will work. This one is an original fender from a Camaro. I also turned it into a Firebird. There goes your holes for the Firebird emblem, the little birdie that I love, and the word Firebird. Okay, this one was also nasty, scaly, rust all over. Okay, and I sand her down. I mean, there's a different process too that I took, but trust me, you guys could do the same. And listen, she looks excellent. She's ready also to spray. Okay, and now let's go to the stuff that Louis used, the supplies that Louis used. Okay, here it goes. I don't use nothing special. I don't use nothing that's gonna break the bank. I really don't use, I think, anything that I think anybody could get what Louis used. As long as you have a Harbor Freight, that's my Toys R Us. So the kids said, Daddy, that's your Toys R Us, Harbor Freight, and they are 100% correct. It's my little happy place. This is what I buy. Almost everything here I bought from Harbor Freight. So you are going to need filters. Please, if you plan to restore or do a lot of painting yourself, buy this one. I have this for years, many projects, and I still got a whole bunch of filters. Okay, now this Spectrum here universal paint system, I have painted my white car like this, the white 68 Firebird that you guys know with the red HO stripes on the side that Jonathan from VVG put on for me. I used this system to paint the car white. Came out excellent, my opinion. And this is what I use. Okay, so when I bought this, I don't know how they sell it to you now, but I bought this about maybe 2 years ago. The collar, this collar here, which is this part here, okay, and some cup, some of the liners and cups, they come here with one collar. That's your locking mechanism, which is right there right here for the cup. Came in this box. Then I bought this box separate to have extra cups, okay, and lids. This is the system right here. I made a video of this before, so you guys could go check it out. All right, you put your liner in, you get the collar, you tying it up, and she's ready to rock and roll. All right, I'm gonna show a little bit of that today. So this is a good system, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because the cleaning stage, when it comes time for you to clean your gun, it kills it. I mean, almost to nothing. You basically got to clean the gun and not the cup. If you use this that comes with the gun, by the way, I'm using the AKA purple gun, the famous Harbor Freight purple gun. This one I turned into a high build primer gun. I have a video on that too. And this one is my paint when I'm gonna do this kind of paint, and I'm gonna and I would just how you call it, like reduce it. When I'm gonna reduce it, that's the word I was trying to look for. When I'm going to reduce it, this is the kind of paint I use. Paint gun I use is the purple gun too, the 1.4 tip. Okay, high build primer. I drill out the tip because I'm gonna be shooting heavy material. The material will be more thick. Okay, the primer. But these lids will save you by a ton. The reason I say that is, guys, to clean this stuff, I use lacquer thinner. Okay, so to clean out your gun and all that crap, I use lacquer thinner. Once again, if you're like me, that you're gonna keep restoring cars, keep painting, buy this 5-gallon can right here. All right, trust me, you'll save money. If you keep going to Home Depot or anybody that you get your lacquer thinner back and forth and you buying them like this, you are going to spend a lot of money. All right, which, by the way, I'm spending chemicals here, and it's cost you money. You know, it's not cheap, but this is the cheapest I have found out. What else? So I took care of the gun that I'm using. I took care of the supplies here that I'm using. All right, that red oxidized primer that you see on these panels here, okay, is Rust-Oleum. All right, Rust-Oleum, and I'm gonna mix it the same way I'm gonna mix the black satin paint. The black satin paint that I use is this one right here from Ace. Take a good look at it, because that's what Louis gets. Let me see in the back if there's a number you guys could possibly follow. Right here. Here's the numeration of the paint, okay? 1021125. Now, if you're lucky enough, your Ace will carry it. But if your Ace don't carry it, you could order it. And I know that for a fact, because my Ace, my closest Ace here in town, I have to always order it. But if I go to Nazareth, Pennsylvania, which is like 30 minutes away from my house, I walk in and I could pick one up. But if I go here in town next to me, I always need to order. And this one I needed to order. You're going to need a cup. You're going to need a cup with ounces. Okay? The easiest way to teach you people out there, to teach you guys and women that like to dirty your hands like Louis, is what ounces, make it nice and simple. Like that, you don't have to have some mixed ratios there that confuses a lot of people. Okay, don't be ashamed if you don't know something. Just be willing to learn, and then you know. Okay, I'm never ashamed to say I don't know something, because I always like to learn. So here's your ounces. Okay, so you're gonna need a cup with ounces. And if you're gonna reduce your paint, use acetone. I actually have used two things for this kind of paint to reduce it. I have used acetone and I have used mineral spirit. Okay, and I'm going to tell you the difference right now, my experience. Acetone makes the paint dry faster, okay? Mineral spirit takes a longer time to dry, like the flashing time, all right? So it depends if you're in a rush or if you're not in a rush. As of today, I have acetone. I don't have mineral spirit. I ran out of it. I'm going to use acetone. And if you guys wish to use a hardener, okay, on the paint, it just makes it more durable, you could use hardener, all right? And when I mean use hardener, this I cannot give you a good measurement, guys. I'll be honest with you. This is what I do. I take off the cap and I put a little bit in the cap, not a full cap. Okay, I'll probably go like to that line right there of the cap, and I put it in my mixing cup with the paint. All right, I don't go the whole cap. Is just too much in my opinion. You're not going to be mixing that much paint, and it's just going to dry too fast and create problems. But if you just use a little bit in the cap and pour it in, you'll be fine. It ain't gonna cause no headaches. All right, or you get a little plastic like spoon. All right, and you just put a little bit in there and put a little bit in your cup. You're not gonna have any problems, because I'm tired of doing it. I've done it so many times. I might use hardener today just to show you guys of how I use it, you know, how much I use. But I'm just being honest, I cannot give a specific measurement on the hardener. But this is the hardener. I picked it up at Tractor Supply, okay? And I think that's about it. All right, that's about it. I have this hammer here just to hit the paint covers back down and close them, and a wrench to hook up the gun. Oh, by the way, if you're going to use this Spectrum system, you need to buy this part right here. I still have the package right here. Here's how the original package, okay? That's the part number up there, 5755. Okay, so that's 57505. This is it. Universal paint system, okay? This is the adapter. That's the adapter, how you're gonna hook up your cup. Well, guys, I think it's ready to mix some paint. I'm gonna mix some paint here. Please follow the instruction of the gun, okay? And I kind of gonna tell you how I hook up the gun real fast. But get familiar with your gun before you even shoot any paint. You could put some acetone. I will put some paint thinner. When you first buy these guns, I'll use some paint thinner, very little, not so much, like about 4 ounces, and just get familiar with the gun, with your pattern, your spraying pattern. It also cleans out the gun, because from the box, you want to clean it. You don't want to use it straight out the box, okay? And let me tell you something. So I have learned a lot of things with this purple gun, okay? And if you don't want a whole bunch of overspray and you want to stay focused on your panel, trust me, I learned this just by keep on doing it. You know, the kind of stuff like you fall and get yourself back up. So a lot of practice, okay? The way I learned that system works is 20 pounds. I already put 20 pounds to this gun. I have that gauge there. Please buy the glass gauge face. Do not buy the plastic. I'm talking about this right here. The plastic ones, when you're going to clean it, they all get fogged up. You're not going to be able to see those numbers ever again. But if you get the glass ones, you're on the money. You could just clean them and nothing will happen with chemicals, okay? Like I said, I set this at 20 and I have found that my overspray is really down now. I mean, whoever tells you they don't get overspray, they full of, you know what? You always gonna get a little overspray. But if you learn your paint gun and you learn how to set it, you'll get very little overspray. I mean, I painted in the garage yesterday and I was happy, no overspray, nothing, because I learned, okay? And I've been painting with that gun for some years now. And like I said, I stick to 20 pounds and it's more than enough, okay? The recommendation, I believe, is 25, but I go 20 and I'm good. Well, let me set the camera up. Let me start mixing this and let's get it going. Guys, here you go. Believe it or not, I almost forgot to share the most important part here. So, here is Louis' secret paint mixture. P stands for paint, okay? Plus mineral spirit, MS, or acetone, and there goes your mix. So if I use 3 ounces of paint, all this side here is paint. All this side here is your reducer, the acetone or mineral spirit. And here is what you're gonna come out with as ounces together. So paint, if I'm gonna mix 3 ounces, I put 1 of reducer, mineral spirit or acetone. 6 ounces of paint is 2 ounces of mineral spirits or acetone. 9 ounces of paint, 3 ounces of my reducer, mineral spirit or acetone. Okay, and that's how many ounces you're gonna get when you mix these together, and so forth, so on. You get the picture, okay? For this application, I am going, because I want to give it at least 3 coats, I'm going to go with 12 ounces. Okay, so I'm gonna go for this one, for the 12 plus 6, so 12 paint, sorry, 12 plus 4, 12 ounces of paint plus 4 ounces of mineral spirits or acetone. Like I told you guys, I'll be using the acetone, equals the 16 ounces, and I'm just gonna be putting a touch of this hardener here. You'll see. All right, guys, so here is my cup. Here is the liner. The liner will go inside the cup. All right, and then the lid for the cup has this mesh. Okay, and this mesh is like it works as a filter. Okay, that's what it's supposed to be, but in my opinion, it restricts the paint too much. So what I do is I break the seal here, and once I could grab it, I grab it and I just rip it out. I just rip it out, okay, and I leave it here ready for when I'm ready to put the lid on. I leave it on the table, okay, and here goes that little screen. And I don't like to use it because if you use a filter, if you use a filter while you're pouring your paint inside the cup, you should be golden. It should be no problem at all. Now, I already finished mixing my paint. Here goes my paint. I finished mixing it, and trust me, this is thick stuff, okay? It's really thick stuff. That satin black I'm using. All right, this is what I do just to avoid spills. Okay. Right, put the cup here for now. So I'm gonna go to 12 ounces, and that's right there, 12 ounces. All right, I'm gonna try not to cover these numbers with the paint because I want to see for my 4 ounces. If I don't, I kind of have a feel for it. Right, there goes 12 ounces. Keep a little rag. That's like I had a shop towel here. Okay. Let's get rid of that. And now I'm gonna use the acetone to 4 ounces. Okay, so I gotta go to that 16. Acetone right here. We gotta go to 16. Right there. 16. Cover that. Okay. There you go. Then I'm gonna use the same stick. I'm just gonna clean off some paint off the stick. And there goes my mixture. Okay, here is the cup. Let me put it here. And just mix this very good, okay? And what you want is, when you've been painting for a while, you kind of have the feeling for it. At the beginning, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't. All right? You want to see it just drip off the cup. I mean, off the stick. If you want it, you want the drip to go like, kind of like if it's water. Okay, you know how water would drip pretty quick. And that to me looks great. If you don't like the way it's running off the stick, you could use maybe 2 more ounces of acetone. It ain't gonna do anything but just thin out the paint. Okay, but that looks good. I'm happy like that. I know it was spray very good with the 4.1 tip. See that? Really nice. Okay. Now, I'm going to get the hardener and put it in. I'm just getting some gloves. So now the paint and the acetone is mixed. I'm gonna show you guys the hardener here. Okay. So I open the hardener. She gets crystallized after a while from not using it. All right, I was fighting to get the hardener open, but I got it. So here's the cap, right, of the hardener right here. Okay, and this is what I do. I just filled it up to right there. Okay, there's a line going across. That's it. You don't need more than that, believe me. That's more than enough for those ounces that I have here, which are 16 altogether. Okay, between paint and the reducer, the acetone, it's more than enough. Now you mix that in. Mix it really good. Okay, you get a filter. Okay, get a filter right here. Put it inside your cup. Now I'm going to be painting. If the compressor kicks on, please, I apologize in advance. It's noisy. I have a huge compressor. My compressor holds 80 gallons. Okay, it's an 80-gallon compressor. Now you put the lid on. Okay, you push down on it. Okay, you get the collar. Put the collar over. And you just make sure that the collar is sitting not crooked, nice and flat. Okay, nice and flat, just like that. And you get your sprayer, the paint gun you decide to use, and you rock her back and forth until these little arms here lock in. They lock in like this. Okay, so there she goes. She's nice, locked in. I'm going to share a little bit of what I do with the gun, how I set it. Let me set the camera up, and I'll bring you guys right back. All right, guys. As for the gun, okay, let me see if you can see the gauge there. She's at 20 pounds. 20 pounds. I opened this valve all the way open that allows air all the way. All the way. She's not gonna come off all the way. This one right up here, okay, also allowing paint going in, the amount of paint and air all the way out. And I just go about full half a turn, so a full and a half. So I go full turn in and another half. Okay, then I lock it. This screws this way right here, and it gets locked. Here is your spray fan. Okay, the fan, that's all the way, and I go up to there. That, yeah, like that. Okay, that's pretty good right there. Let's get to painting. All right, guys, so there goes the first coat. That's the first coat of the satin black. First coat on the fender. First coat on this fender. And I ran out of paint on this section here. So now I'm gonna mix some more paint and ready to spray. Okay, that's the first coat. I'm gonna give it 2 more coats. That'll be 3. I'll bring you guys back once I'm done. But you guys get the idea of the process. Well, guys, there you have it. Okay, 3 coats. The hood, 3 coats, looking beautiful. Fender, 3 coats, and the next fender here, 3 coats. Okay, all just using the paint from Ace Hardware Store, like I showed you right here, that paint. Okay, and a couple of more chemicals like the acetone, okay, the hardener, all that kind of stuff I showed you in the beginning of the video. With those mixtures right there, that's how I do it. It also will work with Rust-Oleum, because the red oxidized primer I did show you is Rust-Oleum. But like I said, the satin black is kind of hard to find with Rust-Oleum nowadays locally. So I just go to my Ace Hardware Store and pick up the paint, the black satin paint. She's still a little wet, but this is gonna just tone down. The gloss is gonna tone down a little bit, and it will have a nice satin color. That's how I did the dashboard and the upper dash and the firewall to Ladybird. I usually do it to all my birds. Well, I hope on this video you learned something new that can save you money on your projects. And like I always say, keep your hands dirty. Your project will move forward. I promise. Stay tuned to the end of the video to see the before and after pictures. And also, do not forget, 4th of July weekend, my dear brother from VVG, okay, Final Village Garage, Jonathan, aka the Bird Doctor, will be showing up here. You're going to see me and Jonathan put the panels back on the car, do some alignment, and also break in that 1968 Pontiac 350 that is original numbers matching to this car. God bless you all. Stay safe out there and keep your hands dirty. Bye-bye now.